Riding in the big body Benz.
What's up with it?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. People
Yes,
talk
sir.
about riding in big body Benz, and when we was young, that was the thing, right? You know what I'm saying? To have you one of those big body Benz, but now people just got big bodies. We transitioned, y'all. We transitioned from riding in big cars to being too big to get in some of these cars.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are wild. But
Yeah.
the thought was in my head. I didn't think you was gonna say it.
No. Yeah. You know what? I have to be myself from now on. You know what I'm saying? I apologize to the people for previously on all 196 episodes. Maybe Ken wasn't himself. Maybe Ken was, a little reserved. Maybe Ken was trying to be professional. Well, that's no more. Moving forward, I gotta be me, man. I gotta turn loose. I gotta do what I do.
Okay.
So yeah, welcome to the Fiyah Session. Gather around, pull your seat up. We about to light this thing up. We're gonna pass it around. Before we get going, though, we gotta check on our people, make sure we good. Trish Michelle, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm good. I had a long weekend. It was a great weekend though. We
Yeah, we
freaking
saw,
party.
we saw, we saw,
Yeah,
we saw the turn up.
we party all weekend. So and then yesterday we just kind of went out to eat and stuff. So the partying is done for now. But this is like I said, my summer gets busy with birthdays. Like it's my niece's birthday on Friday. Then another two of our friends' birthday on Saturday. Um, so yeah, it don't end. And the weekend after that is my other niece's birthday. So we just I don't know when I'm gonna have a weekend where I just could stare at the wall, but I will find one.
I think I'm gonna go stare at a wall for a while and rethink everything.
But I'm not mad about it. We had a time.
Boy, but hey, black folk party. Hey, when we party, we party. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody party different, all races, but I know in Texas, you know what I'm saying, it's a high concentration of black people and Hispanic people. And I ain't gonna lie to you though, when Hispanic people party, they party too. They party hard. Hey,
Oh yeah.
hey,
Oh yeah.
hey, they have some parties that make you want to pull up and you don't even know them. Like, I want to pull up
No,
to that party.
they definitely do. I hear it down the street and I'll be like,
Stop.
Boom, spoon, 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 spoon,
and I'll be like,
spoon,
I
boom,
know I
boom,
need to
boom.
be over
Like,
there.
I need to go over there. You know what I'm saying? They turning up for real.
All
Man. All right, so Benji Banks, the man, the brand, man. What's going on with you? How you feeling today?
we doing good, man. We laughing and laughing at life, enjoying life, man. Just it is hilarious, man. Raising girls and all of that type of going on, man. You'd be surprised what your kids think now. And I always ask a question: did we used to think like that when we was kids?
Probably yes.
Probably so.
That's just probably yeah. So that's what you know. What I'm saying you kick a little grace in. You get what I'm saying? Because kids, they think they can do whatever. But other than that, man, life is good, man. It's hilarious to see your kids grow up and see how their brains and minds and thoughts and everything develop. So that's kind of what I'm like triggered on lately, looking at. And it's just interesting, man, to watch your kids and, of course, you want to see them mature and
Yeah.
adults and handle life well and all of that type of stuff. So, you're fussing at them, you're this, you're that, you're trying to teach them. But other than that, man, raising kids, man, life is good. So nothing to complain about. So.
Yeah, man, these kids are something else, man. They do often make you think, was I like this when I was a kid? And every now and again, they do something dumb, and you be like, did I do dumb stuff like this when I was a kid?
You, are you dumb?
And the answer is probably yes.
thought the same way, felt the same way.
Yeah.
And our parents had to say
stressed your parents out the same way, pissed them off the same way, asked the same dumb question. Because I be sitting there like, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. But yes, we more than likely we thought the same way. It's just hilarious, bro, because you know you're shaping their minds. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. But like I said, man, it's just funny when you hear your kid say something that's like totally left field. You're like, wait a minute,
right?
Like, wait, you really think? Did you meditate on that and say that, or that's just a thought that just popped out?
They'll swear up and down that they thought they had a thought process and they really came in here with logic, and you'd be like, what? Yeah, no,
absolutely not. My boys would do that, but I ain't gonna lie to you, my baby girl. She'll tell you right off the rip. Sometimes I just think stuff and I just say it, and I say, "Baby, you got that from me," and it could be good, and it could be bad. So I had to learn how to tame that as I got older, because certain environments you can't just be saying whatever you feel and whatever comes to your mind, because everybody ain't gonna view it the same. You know what I'm saying? And she's like me with her sense of humor. You know, since she cracks jokes in all situations, and I have a joke loading in all situations, and every situation ain't the time for jokes.
So that is true.
Yeah. Because you know what? I'm that person when you at somebody's funeral, you might not want to sit next to me, because if I see something, I'm probably gonna say something at the funeral, and you're gonna be laughing, and people gonna be looking at you like, what is going on over there?
Like,
yeah. I get people in trouble.
Hey, it's all right.
Hey, stuff be funny sometimes. I was at my niece's graduation earlier, and I'm over there supposed to be getting ready to take a picture when her name getting called, but I'm with my friend, and she said something because some kid's name was something special. So we start. She nudged me, and I'm like, "Shut up!" And we start laughing, and then we all of a sudden I hear my niece's name, and I'm like, "Wait, we supposed to be taking a picture." So we run it up because we behind now because I'm over here messing with her behind messing with me with this kid's name.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we get off track a tad bit, you know what I'm saying, and get sidetracked. But hey, that's life. That's what happens. And it's crazy that we're talking about these type of things, because this is episode 197, and I titled it "Blocked." And you see who I got on the screen, because if you've been watching these shows, especially the ones on Netflix, these are the kids from Forever. And if you watch that series, then you know everything about Blocked. Because let me tell you something, these kids these days, as well as adults, but mostly the kids, they're very temperamental. And the first thing they're gonna do is what? Blocked. But you know what? That's not a bad thing if you block somebody, because they tell you to protect your peace. Protect your peace, right? So, you know, to block somebody immediately might not be too bad, but there's positives and negatives to it. So the first question I really want to get into before we get into a hot topics is, Trisha Michelle, I know with you being a young lady here, have you ever been blocked, or have you ever had to block someone?
All the time.
I've been both. Let me say that. I've been blocked after me breaking up with the person. It was their duty to. They didn't want to see me with nobody else on their timeline. I said, "You do what you need to do, because I'm gonna do what I need to do." So, you know. And then in reverse, I don't think I've ever blocked an ex. I don't care, but I mean, I block people. Like I blocked my grandma for 3 years. So
block G-Mom?
Okay, tell us about that. You blocked your grandma. What's
she
going on with
something
that?
out of this world. Rest in peace, grandma. I love her so. I love her completely. But at the time, we was not friends at all. And I'm sure she was like, "Oh well, I ain't your little friend," but I was grown, and she tried to hit where it hurt. Say that I wasn't gonna raise my kids right, and you ain't gonna talk about my kids because you're mad at me. So since that's where you want to go with it, Oh, my dog, calm down. Since that's where you want to go with it, we're good. You ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got to worry about you. You stay over there. I'm gonna stay over here. You let the wrong word slip out your mouth.
Wow.
And I can't say because on your phone there's the blocked messages. If you go into your voicemail, I never ever looked at it, and I didn't look at it for like at least 2 years. She would call like and say happy birthday, or just try to check on me, and I was like, all right, let me see how she doing. Like, so I reached back out, and then me and her was the closest out of everybody after that. So
That's crazy.
But yeah, so
it's crazy
sometimes blocking can be fruitful. We was the closest after that.
But I want to ask you something right quick. That's funny that you say that. I don't mean to cut you off if you continue to tell your story.
No,
But
you good.
The blocked messages. Now, I didn't even realize that existed because I ain't never really blocked nobody other than telemarketers or something like that until I was watching the show Forever, and I think he went to the blocked messages. And I was like,
yeah. Oh, you learned watching the show?
There's a block message.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'll let Benji go next, but when I get to I'll tell y'all about my blocked experience. But like when I block people, it's generally, forever. So like if I block you, you're blocked. I usually don't go back on that. So I don't be checking for the blocked messages. Even if it was such thing as a blocked, voicemail, I never knew it existed until I watched it on Forever. So it was new to me. It was new to me.
Yeah, I mean, so I felt a little bad because I was like, dang, she really is checking for me. But then I was a little apprehensive, like, but you was on that bullshit, so I'm not sure. So she didn't immediately get unblocked at all. It still took the other year because that was that year too. So it still took a good year, and then it took a ex that one now ex, but at the time present boyfriend was like, you should probably rekindle that, and like who knows. And so then I was like, all right, let me see how she doing. So I did, and then I'm glad I did because especially it wasn't too many years after that she was alive. So I'm glad I did.
Yeah, that's actually that turned out to be pretty good in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm talking about. Those are the instances where unblocking somebody can be a positive thing, right? Like your block is temporary because of the situation that you got going on at that time, but it's not a forever block. But some things can be a forever block, but I'll get to that. Benji Banks, talk to us, man. I know you done blocked some folks before, been blocked for sure.
Oh yeah, both ends. Well, not really necessarily me blocking people. I've had to do it when I got married, when I got in a relationship because obvious reasons. You know what I mean? Like some
we don't know. Talk to us.
Some stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to.
You got to talk to us a little bit.
I mean, some stuff you just don't want to answer questions about. You get what I'm saying? Who is that? Who is that? You already know what it is when you're going in, especially if you're dealing with a chick that actually, was digging you. You get what I'm saying? She ain't gonna stop digging you because you get in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? So you just got to do your pre work. But I had somebody block me, and this was probably the funniest one of all time. So this is in my dating history. So I was dating this chick, and she was actually from Jersey. So she came down to stay with me for like 3 months somewhere, something like that. 2 months or 3 months. She stayed at my house, like just kicked it with your boy. You know what I'm saying? So. So I'm going to work every day. You know what I'm saying? She's staying in my crib, staying in my place. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we're driving. And then all of a sudden, she tells me, like, my ex contacted me and such and such. And I'm like, what you telling me for? Like, I don't care. But that was kind of the lead in to where I knew she had started back talking to him. Right. So I was like, all right, here we go, whatever. So she leaves, goes back, to Jersey, and she starts talking to the dude again, which I already knew because the dude actually messaged me. It was like, hey, man, it's so-and-so over there. and such, you know. And I was like, yeah, you know, I actually sent him a picture. I was like, yeah, she chilling at my house. Like, she been here for like 2 months already. Like, she won't be going back for like another month or whatever, right? So we already knew what was going on, right? So he messages me. We chop it up a little bit. She goes back. I already know what's going on. So, but she blocks me when she left and went back. And so she blocked me, and like we just stopped talking. I was like, all right, okay, cool. So when that happened, and then after a while, when that relationship failed, she unblocked me and then hit me up. And I was I'll never forget when she hit me back up. I was singing this because she's a Spanish chick. I don't know why out of the blue I started singing that Spanish song called Bruja. She's like, do you know what Bruja means? I was like, yeah, it means witch. And
I was gonna say you called her a witch.
She hung up on me. It was hilarious. I'll never forget it to this day. But that was my I got blocked type situation. So it was hilarious.
Well, your boy been
live.
Yeah. Your boy been blocked a lot. And it ain't, of course, it ain't no relationship stuff because I've been married for forever, for decades now. But my blocks come from social media. So people who don't enjoy, I guess, my brand of comedy, you know what I'm saying, at points, you know, it's usually, you know, regular stuff, regular jokes. But every now and again, I might hit you with something a little dark. And people don't like that, right? So I don't find out I'm blocked until I see them in the people you may know. And I'm like, wait a minute, people you may know. Wait a minute.
I thought we was cool.
I thought we was friends. What they do? Open up a new Facebook, click on that little thing. Nah, dog, they done unfriended me, and I didn't notice it for a lot of times. I didn't notice it because they had me blocked, right? So if they had you blocked, you can't see them at all.
Right.
So, you know, sometimes you'll see people that's on your timeline or people that like your posts or people that comment on your posts all the time. And then they just disappear. And you're like, wait a minute, I ain't seen this person in a long time. Then you type that name in the search and nothing. You're like, dang, all right. So hit somebody else up. Hey man, have you seen so-and-so lately? They're like, yeah, they be posting every day. Wait a minute. Look him up right now and see. For me, it was one person that I grew up with. I ain't gonna say her name, right? But she blocked me because of something I said one day that I knew she was gonna be upset. She blocked me.
Funny. That was the comment.
And yeah, she blocked me. So it was. I mean, I didn't notice it until somebody else was like, "Hey, did you hear about so and so? You know, something had happened." And I was like, nah, let me go to her page and, check on her and say something, you know what I'm saying? At least, I know she had been mad at me. And I couldn't even bring her name up in the search bar.
That's wild.
Yeah. So she blocked me. So it was crazy because I ran into her in public. Yeah. Ran into her in public. And she was, hey, so and so and so and so, and talking to me. I'm like, you had me blocked, huh? She was like, what you talking about?
Like, what?
I think I did when I had got mad, but it's cool now, so and so, so and so. So like a day or two later, she sends me another friend request. Denied. Access denied. Yeah. Once you block me and you unfriend me, you're done.
We're good.
Stay where you at. Stay where you put yourself.
You're done. But I was laughing too when I was thinking about this topic because you remember back in the day, of course, there was no social media. So the way you got blocked back in the day is if you tried to call a girl for us and she wanted to block you, she would take her phone off the hook. So,
right.
So when you call, you know what I'm saying? Or toward the end of high school, we got what we call call ID, the little call ID box. So they would screen the call. So when you would call, they wouldn't answer because they saw your name pop up.
Number on there, yeah.
Yeah, so I forgot it was like one of those other star 67 or star 60 something where you could type that in, dial the number, and then your number wouldn't show up. So they wouldn't know who it was.
It is star 67.
Yeah, see, so
Mm-hmm.
it was crazy, but this phenomenon of blocking isn't new. It's just the way that they do it now, and
Right.
that show Forever, excuse me, highlighted how fickle these teenagers are because they will block you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Back. That's their way of controlling the narrative, controlling the situation. You're not gonna say what this, you're not gonna do this. I don't like her. She said something, block. And it's over instantly right from there. But the crazy part is most of these kids go to the same school. So it's like y'all gonna run into each other anyway, and you're gonna have to engage with each other. So I guess it's useless in some ways, right?
Well, yeah, but you see, blocks can start beef too. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I know people that, you know what I'm saying, I've heard of, these kids stuff get mad and upset because somebody blocked them or, something of that nature. So, but I feel like it's a way, like you said, to put a stop to certain things, you know what I'm saying, in the moment. You can always go and unblock people later.
Yep.
Once the situation cools down, cooler heads prevail, and you're ready to talk about things. But if you don't want somebody blowing your phone up, that's a way to fix it.
Yeah. I
If you
mean,
got them crazy exes,
I had to block my sister. We cool now. But she was one of those that's like, look, I told y'all, we'd have been through this on a previous episode. I protect my peace at all costs. Like, I legit, like, she's the type that'll like keep calling or keep texting or keep going and like it don't die. Like she hot and it's she we gonna talk about it right now. And I'm
right.
like, I'm busy or like whatever it is, like I ain't even on that. Like cut all that out. And it's just still like, and I'm like, all right, you gotta get blocked now. Because I
Some people,
don't
some
like
people
I
need an answer. Some people need that immediacy. Like, let me know what's up right now. Like, what's wrong with you?
no, no, she didn't. But clearly, we're good now.
Right.
So blocking works in my world. For those individuals, I need to bring them on down a little bit, calm down, simmer down. We ain't gotta do all that because I ain't even on all that. Like I like peace. Let's chill. So
I
she
personally
cool.
don't care. You can watch the show over this way. I ain't.
Well, see, my blocking ain't never about that.
Right.
That part, I mean, my stuff is all open pages. They ain't private. I don't care. Y'all can watch whatever. I mean, I really don't care because if I didn't want y'all to know, I wouldn't post it.
Right.
So, I mean, that's pretty much how that goes. But I've actually, what Big King you was talking about finding out when you see on your suggested friends or your for you. I've had that happen, and I've been like, oh
Friends
hell,
you
I
may know,
can't.
people you may know.
Yeah, the people you may know, and I'm like, oh, guess
Like,
I got blocked or deleted or whatever at some point, and they cleared the block or whatever. Now y'all not friends, and I was just like, oh, okay,
well,
because
some people, I just want them to follow me now. I don't want them to be because you got 5,000 followers. It messes up your algorithm. So, that could happen too. But I mean, hey.
then you know what? I had one. There was only one time I reached out to figure out because it was somebody who was super cool, and I'm like, nothing happened, so it was real confusing. Come to
Mm,
find out, it was her friend that didn't like me, so it was conflicting. So she didn't know, so she didn't want to. Didn't want to get into arguments if she posted me and whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, drama, we're good.
Mm.
right.
Oh, we're good. We're good. Like, don't worry, never mind.
You can stay over there. Right. Right.
Yeah, we don't want none of that. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Well, if that's what it led you to, then we don't need to figure anything out.
Yeah,
Make
well, I had one homie for that I another homie that I grew up with is a female and real cool person, you know what I'm saying? We go back and forth, crack jokes and stuff on social media, and then she just blocked me out of thin air. Like I was like, now this one perplexes me because I'm like, what did I do? Like we one day we were laughing and we going back and forth on social media, and next day she's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Like,
Well,
how did we get here?
yeah. Yeah, because I'm like, we always used to go back and forth, like no feelings got hurt. And then all of a sudden, I guess feelings got hurt
right.
because she blocked me. So I had to go again with somebody else and that knew her and say, okay, is she gone from social media or she just blocked me? And they were like, no, she blocked you. She's mad at you. She told me she was mad at you. I was like, oh,
That's
all right.
crazy.
And that was prior to the pandemic. So yeah. Still blocked probably. I ain't even checked. So it just is what it is.
Once you block me, that's it. I don't want you back now. Don't come back over here.
Well, I ain't gonna say that for her because you know what I'm saying, like we grew up around each other and stuff, but like I'm like Trisha Michelle, like I became, you know, interested in, okay, why did you block me? Like I understand that you did. That's fine if you got a legit reason. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about it. Everybody got to protect their peace, but why did you block me would be my only question. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. It happens. And this is the nature of the beast as we move forward from 25, you know, from 2025 moving forward. Yeah, people gonna get blocked.
You're going to have to block your robot homies, man. What we going to do?
Man, you ain't blocking a robot. They're going to figure out a way around any of that.
They're going to have 5 new pages as soon as you hit the block button.
you going to be watching Netflix.
500 of them joints going into the process, right?
Nah, you're going to be watching Netflix and they're going to pop into your TV feed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember that. This is dating me. This is real old. It was a show, a guy named Max Headroom. It was on TV. He was a robot, and it was like in the 80s. And I think he was on MTV, and it was just, you know, from the head, from the neck up, and he would introduce videos and stuff like that. But they would play these little jokes here and there where he would pop in on people's TV feeds and stuff like that and would say wild stuff. And that's what the AIs are going to be able to do. The robots are going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, find you wherever you are. So that's the crazy part too. We have been talking about those fugitives, right? Can you imagine if people are fugitives in the future and the police don't have to look for you and they just send the robots after you? The robots ain't gonna get tired.
Yeah.
You know, bad. A lot of headache and a lot of time for sending out the robot dogs and the robot, you know, all of that type of stuff. I mean, it's already, they're already out there. So I wonder how effective it is so far.
And the crazy thing about it is, as we shift from the block to talking about, you know what I'm saying, the fugitives again, I read an article that said that there have been family members and friends of the fugitives that have been arrested for aiding and abetting them.
Right.
Up to 15 to 20 friends and family members have been arrested. And I was like, whoa.
Right. One dude.
Well, that was one of the early ones. I'm talking about since then, like in the past week or so. Like,
oh wow.
Like the last two that are still evading the police, like it's family members and friends that have been arrested for helping them. So I'm like, dang. Like the one that was at the pool party and he was jumping in the pool and stuff. Yeah, the people that were on camera at the pool party, a lot of them got arrested.
Massive. Oh yeah.
Because they were there with him and they didn't turn him in.
Yep.
So if you sitting there with him and you don't turn him in and you on record with him, that's aiding and abetting.
Yeah, because at this point everybody knows. There's no you don't know. Like it's everywhere. Like no.
I wonder how much time you get for that. Is it a misdemeanor? Is it a felony?
No, I gotta look that up, but I ain't interested. Like if you running from the cops, don't come around me.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be 50K richer.
Don't bring that to my house or to my life.
Facts. You put me at risk, I'm gonna put you at risk. Because we gonna get this money.
White. You charge I live to put niggas in jail.
I ain't gonna say all that, but you put me at risk, I'm getting paid. I'm not risking nothing for you, brother.
Right.
So, don't come around me with that.
The pool party and the turning up and the like. Come on, y'all crazy.
He doing live videos.
Derek, he was pleading his case a minute ago.
Yeah, he trying to do whatever he can to.
And then they raided that house and he wasn't there, but he left the clothes he was in on the floor.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they responded so late or didn't know where he was by just the video alone. How I don't know how the technology is in Louisiana, As soon as he posted the video, I'm like, shouldn't they have something going on to where they know what's at?
Well, from what I was looking at under the notes, they was trying to verify if it was AI first, if it was a real video. So they had to verify if it was real first before they could go ahead and now act on it. So that seems to me now this new technology AI with that is slowing down the police in the processes that they need, because now they need to make sure it's real before they act on it.
Now, I will say this. They are getting some easy arrests while these two dudes are out there, because if you aiding and abetting, we pulling up. I'm pulling
that's ignorant.
5, 6, 7 of y'all right now and booking you in the jail. Easy work. So
that don't do nothing though. When you take people to jail for stuff like that, like you're not getting a bonus for that. Like you're not getting anything, really and truly. A lot of times, actually, it's more work for them because they have to do paperwork for that.
Right.
And that's why a lot of times these cops won't give you a ticket and won't stop you and won't contain you because they got to do paperwork for it and they don't want to do the paperwork.
Right.
So the people that they
the law is time wise on that. I wonder. I'm gonna have to look that up and see.
So I'm looking. It says it can vary, ranging from a misdemeanor with a maximum of 1 year in jail to a felony with a maximum of 5 years in prison.
Wow.
Depending on the nature of the underlying crime and specific circumstances. So it could be either one of the two.
Right. These two that are there are considered murderers, right? We talked about that on our last show, right? These two are really convicted felons. Like they ain't just did something regular. They both, murdered. So,
well, either way it go, it's Louisiana is a tough state law wise, right? They're really they really put the hammer down on people when you do things in Louisiana. So man, and they have the different parishes, and some of the different parishes have different little laws and stuff like that. So man, it's rough. So that, needless to say, when you go to Louisiana, don't do nothing wrong because you're gonna meet a stiff penalty for sure.
Yeah, and I don't think dude is lying when he was saying like majority of is black people that's locked up, black men, like out there. It's really bad. They locking you up. They don't care. Maximum sentences, extra sentences packed on.
Yeah.
Don't get your maximum of 5 years over these two. Hey, cut it out.
We saw that with Mac and C Murder. Them dudes spent time in jail and they wasn't even, based off of lyrics. They got cold hard time.
With that, and you got to remember, there's been cases like the Jenna 6 that was back then as well. So if you don't know about the Jenna 6, do your Googles. JENA 6. Look that up. Very big court case. We actually when we were in college, we actually went to Louisiana to the actual protest for that, what I'm saying, as part of the Student Government Association experience. So Louisiana don't play, bro. So if you go to that state to visit, if you go to the casinos, whatever you're doing there, if you're going to Canal Street or wherever you're going, you better be on your best behavior, enjoy yourself, and get out of there safely.
I've been there a few times, but there is lots of fun to be had. Just like you go anywhere, just follow the rules. Be smart. Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
People go to other states and think they can wild out. You get what I'm saying? And
well, that's why we're telling them not to.
We're trying to assist you to stay out of the system and having to go to jail and regretting your vacation.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna go on another kind of vacation.
A long one.
A long stay away from your house. So, but yeah.
Oh no. I need my shampoos and stuff. I can't do it.
I mean, think about shampoo. They got some shampoo in jail for you.
They got some shampoo for you, all right.
All right, y'all. Let's shift gears for a minute, man. Let's hop on some of these hot topics a little bit, man. It's a lot going on that we want to talk about. We'll start with sports first because we here at the Fiyah Session we love sports. We want to talk about a little sports for a second. You know what I'm saying? First things first. The NBA had its final broadcast on TNT after 36 years. Sad night because I know a lot of us love NBA on TNT. We
Yeah.
love Charles. We love Chuck. We love Kenny.
Yeah.
We love Ernie. We love the whole cast. Of course, Charles and Chuck are the main attractions. Let's not get it twisted. Let's just be honest. But they're in a part now where I think that they were saying that they're trying to figure out where they're going with it, because the show itself, NBA,
On TNT.
well,
Just the show itself.
the show itself with with that cast will be going somewhere else. So
ESPN, I think they're ESPN bought the show or something like that, right?
I'm
Well,
not
at
sure.
the end of their closing, they're saying that they're trying to figure out where they would be going still. So at closing, they were still figuring it out.
Yeah, they were still figuring it out the other night. So wherever they go, we'll definitely be tuned in, because we love the commentary and we love the feedback that they provide, and the antics of Shaq and Charles. Of course, we can't live without that. So we definitely got to have that. We definitely got to have Kenny's knees on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? We got to see Kenny's knees. So.
And think, bro, he was a baller with that knee. With them legs.
No, he was not a baller with that knee. His knees have gotten like that since he stopped playing. So has Tim Hardaway's. I don't know what's going on with the knees, but yeah, man, y'all take care of y'all knees, man. Take care of y'all knees. That's all I can tell you, because you don't want to be walking around with greater than, less than, greater than, less than. Your legs look like greater than, less than signs.
Man, that's cold game. That's cold game.
Wow.
Yeah, man, a walking math equation. You don't want to be like that. So, man, get up in the morning, do your stretches, make sure you get right, man. So as you get old, because you don't want them old JUCO injuries to be acting up on you when you're 45. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's wild. That's wild.
But we gonna stay with the NBA for a minute, man. The NBA always got something going on. So we already talking about next season, you know what I'm saying, with some of these games, and this is gonna be a big game. The Mavs will play the Lakers for the first time next season on October 15th in Vegas.
Big money.
So you already know it's big money. You already know there's probably already some dramatics behind the scene that are going to be going on. And right now with the Mavericks, we really don't know what that roster is really going to look like.
Right.
So, but either way, they're going to have Cooper Flag. The Lakers are going to have Bron and Bronny, of course.
Yeah.
Bronny's going to be starting next year. Watch me. Watch what I'm saying. They're going to start him at least one game.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason or another, they're going to start him. Whether he earns it or not, it's entertaining. It's entertainment. So
it's going to start a whole huge media frenzy if he ever does. And that's kind of what the media capital of the world, the Los Angeles Lakers, they don't mind that at all if it starts a media war or media frenzies.
Well, I mean, that's what's gonna happen. I'm calling it now. So remember, I said that.
Yeah.
But hey, that's the NBA, and there have been players that talk about it and they don't want to say it directly. But yeah, a lot of that stuff in sports now is scripted. So you can take it with a grain of salt, because if it was about competition, there would be a lot of these guys that, like Kenny Lofton Jr., who would be in the NBA, because that dude is a big guy, but he can ball. And there's no reason why he should be winning championships in China at 23, 22, 23 years old. And he's hooping like that when he was over here in college and stuff. Like, that's crazy to me. And I look at some of these teams in the NBA, and I look at some of these post players they got, some of these 4s and 5s. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that Kenny Lofton can't play in the NBA here? You're crazy, man. You're crazy. So, I mean,
weird. It's funny because I was listening to
Bronny's in the NBA, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. I said all we have to do is just look at Bronny in the NBA. Like they say less after that. Right.
And it's like, you mean to tell me there's not somebody overseas that got a better game than how old is Bronny? 19, 20 years old?
There's plenty. There's a plethora.
Yeah. I'm like why they not want to come over here? Like, what's the deal? Even in the G League, there's guys who can ball. I think maybe it's just about guys don't want to accept the role. But how could you do
I
that?
don't even think that
Yeah.
is. I think it's really about the NBA and their narrative and who they want to see out there on the
Narrative, the
floor. That's
money.
really what it is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, it boils down to who you know and what coaches you're attached to and things like that. Because some of these
Yeah.
coaches will go and get a guy in free agency. No slight to PJ Tucker, but bruh, PJ Tucker is a 6'5" center who has not been effective in at least 5 good seasons now, and he's still on the NBA roster as of this year.
Plays for
Yeah,
the
stuff like that baffles me.
and
and not even playing.
he ain't playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he at the end of the bench just playing.
Just out there
That's the case. Put
warming up
me
with
in. Shoot.
just out there warming up with some fire kicks on every night for
I
no
can do
reason.
that. I
For
can do
no
that.
reason.
Run me the check. I can do that.
For no reason.
Still getting the bag too, though. He's
That's
still
what I'm saying. Like he
Yeah.
literally getting paid to just suit up and
Right.
sit down.
Well, I'm gonna tell you somebody right now who getting just paid to suit up. This guy right here is just getting paid to suit up. Zion Williamson ain't played a meaningful game in I don't know when. And he's sitting up here fighting allegations as we just talking about New Orleans and I mean Louisiana and then New Orleans and the state and how strict they are with things. This guy's fighting some serious allegations that he forced himself on a woman, some physical abuse, and then the porn star that I just showed you on the pic, she's contemplating pressing charges against him, which probably don't mean a lot, but the lawyer that's doing this stuff is the same lawyer that I think that was involved with P. Diddy case, who was pressing charges against him. So this guy just running around willy-nilly pressing charges for people, but it creates a firestorm for somebody, a young guy like Zion, because he still has many years that he could be, an NBA star, and he keeps shooting himself in the foot with things. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. I hate talking about people, man, but this chick, Mariah Mills, I think it's her name. She's a porn star. Mm-hmm. She's terrible. She's terrible looking.
Brother, what's that?
And I'm like, dude, out of all the chicks that you have access to, that's the one you pick?
Yeah.
I don't know what Zion's self-esteem is like. That you get what I'm saying? Like he may got all that bread, may got all that talent, but his self-esteem,
but he's still ugly.
He on the top tier level. You get what I'm saying?
Ew,
he's ugly.
She ain't hot.
She
came out when his first story came out. I was like,
sometimes there's some things. I guess money will make people a little bit more attractive. Right. But maybe in his case, he was so fugly that he's now just ugly, which now he's still getting the uglies.
Well, but here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like she's terrible looking. Don't get me wrong, but she's a porn star. So that means that she is well versed in certain things and she's well skilled. She's a professional in her field.
Who wants to look at that? Because she is not it.
So that man is falling victim to the professionalism that she has displayed. Put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that is it too. Yes. He just paid a good price, and she said, "Let me pop a couple of holes in this condom if he even wore one or not. Who knows?"
Ew.
And she got the money. She bagged the idiot.
Ew.
You know, Negroes love garden tools, so I mean, you got to be careful.
Man, these young fellas, man.
Right. When you get all of that money, though, Ken, like you go from playing college ball, getting what, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 mil. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. And then you go into the NBA at what? 20, 21, 22. Zion got in at what, 19?
Yeah.
He's been in the league 7 years, so he's still 24, 25, 26 years old. And you give me 200 mil, man, say.
I'm not going to buy that. If I'm going to buy something, I ain't going to buy that.
Like that was not the shiny car that you want to go test.
No. There are other porn stars that you could purchase. That one.
He eats he eats himself out of shape. He's got a lot of money to play with. He ain't the best looking kid in the world. As Patricia said, he fugly. You get what I'm saying? Smugly, mugly, whichever one.
Listen, that man said he's okay with eating food in New Orleans, eating Mariah Mills, and getting ate up by Mariah Mills. So he's fine.
Getting
You
meals.
guys are worried about the wrong thing.
He's getting meals for sure.
Yeah, he's
meals
fine.
I like that. I like that.
Women and meals for food. He get meals for sure.
Yeah, he definitely doing that. But yeah, man, weird stuff, man. And speaking of weird stuff, this is very weird when I saw this story, and I knew y'all would get a kick out of this. Okay, so actress Sydney Sweeney is selling 5,000 bars of soap infused with her own bathwater.
What?
Yes, Squatch is a company that makes different types of soaps and novelty soaps and stuff like that. So this is supposed to be a limited edition bath soap that is infused with her used bathwater. Like
I need some magic beans. I listen. I told my wife this the other day. I said I need me some magic beans so I can start selling. This is confirmation that I need to find me a niche and sell some. Now the question is how much is them bars of soap gonna cost?
I think they roughly run about $7-8 a bar, something like that.
I'm speechless. I'm just
Patricia, now you got a lot of followers on YouTube. You probably should infuse some soap.
Absolutely not.
They would buy it. They would buy it.
They would, and there's some idiots because absolutely not. That's insane. This is the world. I mean, I'm not mad at it because if the idiots is gonna buy it, then do you, boo? But what? Like she was probably in the tub too, just sitting there like, And somebody said, you know what I do? I drink your bath water. She said, better yet, wash up in me.
Do the math real quick, Patricia. What's 7 times 5,000?
A lot of money.
What is it? 35,000?
That's 40. What's
350,000. Yeah.
30.
That's a lot of money just for your bath water.
Just for your bath water and some soap. Now, what's production gonna cost?
Yeah, I mean, because you ain't even paying for none of that. Like you just took a bath, and they just took your water literally that you took a bath in and made a run of soaps. So I mean, I would hope that they really didn't do that. But this world is weird. It's a weird place, man. Earth is real, it's a wild place out here. So, the last time I heard anything about somebody drinking bath water and stuff was Suge Avery, Color Purple. That was the iconic. Man said, "I'll drink your bath water." When I was a kid, I heard him say that. I was like, "What?"
But then it went from now you hear that and you're like, "That's wild," and then you think about it, you're like, "Ew." But then you get older and then you see these people actually under the comments and saying to people, you're like, "What?"
Right?
Like y'all really say this? Y'all really do this? And clearly, you can go ahead and bottle it on up and put it in a nice little. Somebody can next put it in they could lather up in you. Next, they might as well make a body butter.
Well, I mean, after seeing certain people that exist in this world make popular people peeing on people, I don't put anything past anybody, man, because people like to be peed on, pooped on, all kind of stuff. So, hey, why not take a bath in somebody else's bath water?
I mean, sell it for $15. Boy, you instant million.
Well, if you really want to make money, they have this program that's in Dubai. It's called Doodooed On in Dubai. You can go over to Dubai and get doodooed on for 30 to 50 grand, depending on, the person and depending on what you're willing to do, in addition to being pooped on. So, yeah, you can go over there and make you some money. Benji, catch that flight, bro.
No, I'm good.
Doodooed in Dubai. Have you ever been triple D'd?
We ain't got to compromise our souls over this one. For any and everybody. No, I ain't interested. and still be on the beach somewhere.
That's that Dubai chocolate right there.
I mean, I mean,
Look at him rubbing his beard. He's like, yeah.
Some Dubai chocolate. I told you I need to come up with me a magic bean. I need to start selling something, some magic beans, because I'm telling you, folks will buy it. I'm telling you, Patricia. I'm telling you, girl.
What do you want to do with this magic bean? What is it going to do for you?
What is what going to do for me?
The magic bean. What is it going to do?
So I can sell them.
But what is it doing?
I mean,
nothing. But people think it's going to do something.
I mean, you know, people buy those honey packs. Maybe these magic beans will get rid of ED.
They're gonna think something else when you talk about that with honey packs and magic beans.
I'm just saying, you buy you buy these beans and it gets rid of ED.
Well, yeah, you know what? You could market magic beans. That could be the name of your ED, like Rose Sparks and all these other pills. You could call it magic bean, Benji's magic beans.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
You be like, you take my magic beans, you'll grow a beanstalk.
Let her climb that tree.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have your own beanstalk.
Listen here. Listen, the Fiyah Session will be rolling like a mug. I'm trying to tell you.
All right, so check this out, though. Speaking of magic beans, man, these are magic beans right here that we've all had, and I'm pretty sure this is disappointing when you see this. Skittles has removed titanium dioxide from its ingredients list. This was disturbing to me because I like Skittles, right? Especially growing up, I ate a lot of Skittles. Well, you know, my uncle, rest his soul, he worked for M&M Mars, and you know that company that produces Skittles. So I ate a lot of Skittles as a kid, and I'm concerned because titanium dioxide is crazy.
Now, Ken, you got to listen out. You know, in the mesothelioma commercial at the end where it says, if you might have a limb, you might have an ear infection, and if something went out of your leg, then you might have a case.
So you might have a case. If you have dead, we got you.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, though, man. It's like all this stuff that happens to you, you know, when you get older, and you're like, man, why is this happening to this people or this group of people or this age group? It's because things like this, where we grew up eating this certain type of candy during a certain period, and we're negatively affected by it because they were saying they removed it because it's a possible link to cancer-causing, you know, agents in the candy. I'm like, dang, man, you can't eat nothing no more. Right? everything is bad for you, pretty much. Everything.
So good.
Everything.
Dang, man. That was disappointing.
So good. It literally Skittles was fire. The sour pack, the lime green pack, man.
No, the sour Skittles. My friend loves them Skittles. To this day.
This day. It's fire. I don't care. Like, you ever had something you knew it was bad for you and you kept on eating it anyway?
Yeah, that's how you do them girls, right?
Wow. That's cold. Listen,
that's how you stayed unblocked.
I don't live over there no more.
Hey, we know.
We know where you are now. Yes, we do.
We know. We got you.
I know I've been.
We know where Benji reside. Okay.
Where the money resides.
No, I've been.
Oh man. Well, speaking of Benji, and his favorite things, we have a problem with another company with ingredients, right? Now, this is Benji's favorite. This is one of Benji's favorite. Boom. Poppy will have to pay almost $9 million to settle false advertisement lawsuit because they claim that their product has positive effects on your gut biome, right? With probiotics and stuff like that, and it don't. It don't. So
It,
now they're having to pay
it,
all these people back for false advertising, bro.
it give you like the squirts, fam. Nah, hey, so I ain't gonna even lie to you, dog.
Poppy with a side of Pepto.
Right. You get what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? When you think it's healthy, you know what I'm saying? You get up, you drink your water, you know what I'm talking about first. And then you know what I'm saying? If you on your intermittent fasting kicks like I do in the morning, right? You just drink some water, you know what I'm saying? 2, 3, cups of water early in the morning. And then you grab you a poppy because you thinking like, yo, like this is going, flush me out, yada, yada, yada. When you ain't got nothing in your system and you only drinking water, you know the water ain't doing it. You get what I'm saying? And you like, yo, like, why is it?
Maybe that's what it was supposed to do. Maybe you just had so much bullshit literally inside you. The poppy
No,
said,
it
flush,
was
flush.
it was the poppy. You get what I'm
The
saying?
poppy was cleansing you out.
They lied to a hustler, Patricia. They lied. And then when
In
you go,
order to give you a healthy gut, it needed to put it out your butt.
nah, nah. When it's healthy, your stool come out like a snake.
No, and we weren't there yet. You had too much toxin inside of you. So when Poppy said poop poop, so that's all that could happen.
No, it was popping. That's what
it was. It was popping and fizzing and bubbling and
and
I'm mad. I really think that's really what happened, because I have a friend who has a line that is a tea and like a gummy for your digestive health and to help you it helps you lose weight because of the fact that it keeps cleansing you when you utilize it, but it's for your digestive health. But what it does is it gets rid of all the toxins. So what does it do? About not too shortly after you have it, you're gonna be running to the toilet. So I think that's what Poppy should have advertised it under, if that's what it's doing to everybody.
They finesse the
Poppy
hustler.
is making your booty fizz.
They finesse the hustler, and I wish I could get in on the lawsuit because I should have told my story like a mesothelioma commercial.
Oh, not my story.
Oh, so I had to switch over to Olipop's. Now Olipop, listen, if Olipop now it's gonna make me look and side by side the ingredients to make sure, because I just had that peaches and cream Olipop, and that joint is fire. It's actually really good, but I have noticed if we got some pop going on, so I gotta.
Yeah, hey man. What would you say? You can't eat or drink nothing no more, man. Everything has something that's wrong with it, or some type of side effect, right? So we stand in that line with food and drink and stuff like that. Now that this is popping off, I'm kind of leery. Popeye's Chicken added wraps to their menu. They have these new wraps, and if you know Popeye's Chicken is busting a little bit, right? You get it hot, you get it fresh. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain locations that they say that are better. I don't know about all that, but I know it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent chicken. And now that they got a wrap, the wraps are $3.99. People can swing through and get them a couple of wraps, get them some of that red beans and rice, get them some of them fries.
Well, that sounds fire. Hold on, you better make an order in a minute here.
I'm hoping that people don't act the fool like they did with them chicken sandwiches.
They go crazy over no wraps, you know.
Yeah, you got lettuce in it, so they was like, nah, got a little salad in there.
Not nothing healthy. They ain't kicking the doors down for something that might be deemed semi-healthy. But that chicken sandwich though, yeah, that was
that chicken sandwich was fire. I'm not gonna hold, but it was never worth people doing the stupid stuff they was doing. But I'm not gonna hold you. It was pretty fire, man.
When you think about the chicken sandwich, think about this. People actually died over that sandwich. People actually got killed over that
break
sandwich.
out in front of me in the drive-thru with two
people were actually we have a video still in my phone when we were riding down the street and my daughter was holding the phone recording the line, and there was a lady who was standing in the drive-through line because they only would let people drive through. They wouldn't let anybody inside. So she was standing in the drive-through line. It was crazy. For a sandwich, for sandwiches, man. I'm like, man, but I ain't gonna lie to you. These chicken sandwiches do look kind of fire though.
I have to taste one. They look pretty good.
They do look kind of fire, so
I'm gonna have to get in on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try
I
it.
love me some Popeyes too, so
I ain't a big fan of Popeyes because I
I
don't know
love
whatever's in their spice, like it makes me like almost throw up every time I eat one of their spicy sandwiches. So I can't do
love that chicken at Popeyes. That song's talking about me.
it.
Hey man, you can't lose with some Popeyes, man.
Nah.
All
But
right.
I'm gonna try the wrap though. I don't know what flavors they got, but I'm gonna try one of them joints just to see what we're working with, and you know what I'm saying.
You think they got like a ranch and a bacon and then they got like a blackened chicken one that's not on that picture, but that's all another
Oh, that makes
advertisement.
sense.
Now they
But
do got that black and ranch dressing that be hidden.
My daughter loves that ranch.
That black and ranch dressing. Ooh, now that's God. Somebody got that idea and created it, and whoever that is got an inspiration from the Lord, from the Most High, because that's fire.
well, I haven't tried it. I have to check it out, man. I've heard about it, but I'm
Try
a
that black and ranch. That is fire.
yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out, man. But yeah, we got a lot. It's a lot of selections, a lot of stuff to to choose from at these restaurants, man. You know, a lot of these places are expanding their menus, but guess who else is also expanding their menu in their way to sift through, you know, what I'm saying, the things that they offer on their website. Tinder will
Huh?
begin allowing users to filter options by height.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's
So
great.
yeah, so I mean, you know, for people
I
like
T
Trisha
summer.
Michelle, yeah, for people like Trisha Michelle, who Trisha Michelle's theory is similar to the rides at Six Flags. You have to be above this height to ride this ride. And we had a conversation about this on our impromptu stream last week, and me and Trisha Michelle talking about this, and Trisha Michelle just won't bend, won't break on it. Her man now is a tall guy like myself, and she has a minimum. And a lot of women have a minimum
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
height that they will not go below. I don't care how tall they are. I had a chick tell me that she is 5'3" and she will not date a guy under 6 foot. I'm like, you're 5'3",
Nope.
but she won't date somebody under 6 foot. That they like. I'm just like, whoa, okay.
That's what she want. Look, and mine, he stands at a beautifully made 6'5", and we are happy here. So I don't. I mean, that wasn't a requirement to be 6'5", but definitely nothing under 6. But so 6'5", he winning.
You can't be mad at it. Let the ladies roll with their preferences. I ain't mad at it. You know.
And I'm not mad at if a man has his. So look, for the person that's gonna say, well, when men do it, women want it. No. Filter by whatever you need to. You want
Man,
to make sure she got 2 pinky toes. You want to make sure she ain't got a nub for her arm. Whatever it is that you can't fool with. You want to make sure she don't have a short torso. Maybe that's your thing. You like the long stomachs. So you can lay on them and feel on them. I don't know. Whatever it is your thing. It's your thing. I
right.
ain't mad at it.
All I'm saying is you know, when I pull up, I'm looking at the hair on your arms, and if you got hair on your arms, you're not qualified.
I
See?
mean, you know, that might be it. And people argue with Aaron the plumber's approach to that. And I'm like, if that man don't like hair on arms, I was watching one episode where I heard a dude on there he told a chick he popped his balloon because she had eczema on her knees. Her knees were black. He said, I got eczema. I know that's eczema on your knees. And that means you don't put no cream on yours. So I'm gonna have to pop my balloon. So I
Yeah,
was like, wow.
Oh my God.
that's the nature of the beast, right? The hair on your arms, you're not qualified. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what? I'm gonna tell you this though. Pop the balloon gets a bad rap for a lot of people, and a lot of people don't like it. But I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a secret obsession of mine to watch that because it's entertaining, bro.
Now the
Uh,
one on Netflix, it seems too commercialized. The one where the
I've
one,
never watched that.
I
okay,
don't
yeah,
watch. I don't, and then I don't like that. Then you go on it, and then you see all the famous people now as the hosts and stuff, and I'm just like, so I haven't actually watched it, but I went, and then you know how you go on Netflix and it'll start kind of like playing a little preview thing, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm never watching this. Like
okay,
Yeah,
I'm sticking to the YouTube original.
Right.
I do.
I checked out I was like, all right, let me check it out. Because me and the wife, we have a rule. If we're gonna watch a movie, we give it 10 minutes. Let's see
Yeah.
what the first 10 minutes of that joint like, see if we're interested, yada yada yada. If it ain't, we're moving off of it. And I'm like, it's so commercialized and it seems so it's just not authentic. It's like, yeah, I'm going back to the YouTube version. I'll stick with the Aaron the Plumber one because that one's funnier. So
Yeah, I watch
Yeah.
all of them. I watch the regular one, and the original. I watch the ghetto ones. I watch the
With the
ones with the.
dudes,
I watch the one with the Booty Warrior on it, and Charleston White and Woody.
yeah, the Woody, the one with Woody be having me cracking up.
I watch all of them. I
They be
watch all of them.
wild. They
Yeah, I
be
watch
wild.
all
Now
of them.
those
So
ones is funny.
yeah, so I watch all of them. But yeah, man, people got preferences out there, and I'll just say this and we'll move on, man. Your preferences could get your man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams, or that could get you the person that, I'm saying, you're gonna have nightmares about for years. So be careful with these things that you're looking for and you have these preferences for, because you could be excluding some people that, I'm saying, are very, very dope because of, what you're looking for. And what
right.
you think you need is not really what you need. Facts.
Well, I agree.
Yeah. So,
But
you know,
if she let us
everybody.
hang with it.
I mean, I'm not either. I understand for the other folks.
Yeah.
Because if it block you from being the quote unquote blessing in my world, I don't care.
Yes.
Goodbye.
All right.
Well,
So check this out, y'all. Um, I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but because this is happening in Texas, but the Texas legislation, a couple weeks ago, they put up a thing where they were trying to ban social media for anyone under 18. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if Texas was successful with that? They failed,
right.
but the fact that they even tried to do that is wild to even think about. Would I have an issue with it? No, because I think
Yeah.
I think social media is really catered to adults, right?
Right.
Because the kids have too much access to each other and they're not ready for that, mentally, emotionally. But at this point they're kind of tethered to it because it's all they know. It's been around their whole life.
Right.
So it's become part of them. So if they were able to pass that, that would have upset the whole dynamics in school here in Texas. And I'm pretty sure, based upon the results of that, other states will probably start looking into
Sorry.
that as well.
My only thought is with kids, I don't like that younger kids have access to it. My only caveat would be what are they doing on it? If they're creating a product or they have something, that makes them money or is
Yeah.
something beneficial, I'm totally with it, right? If they 14, 15, 16, and let's say this kid is a genius and he can do this and do that and he can, I'm totally with it. Or they create a product and it sells and they're making money off of it via social media. For them just to be scrolling, just to be on it, just because and being exposed to stuff that they really have no idea or no clue about, just to me isn't fun. So having kids and my granddaughter love is a when she comes around us, I learned she's attached to her phone, and it literally swings her mood as a 4-year-old kid. And I tell my daughter, like, she don't need to be on social media that much. You give it to her to quiet her down, but it's like, take that phone from her and let her be a kid, run around, play, go out, do something. But give her minimal time. Because you can see when you take the phone away from her, she just goes berserk. Ah! And I'm like, you ain't doing that around me. Chin checking, absolute instantly, right? But I don't think kids should have that much of an access to it. So I would have been for it, but with stipulations, though.
Yeah. So Tristan Michelle, how you feel about that? How you feel about Texas trying to do that? Because like I said, with Texas is certain things that they try to institute when other states see, what Texas is doing, and they some of these states kind of piggyback off of that.
I mean, the youth are exposed to a little bit too much. So I do agree. Kind of on the lines of Benji, like unless there's like some type of because I know there's a lot of our little entrepreneurial youngins that are actually trying to build something and trying to sell things and trying to do things. Like my daughter, she has an Instagram, but it's also a parental account. I have access to it. I can see who adds her. I can see who messages her. I can see any and everything she does at all times in her account. It alerts me actually. Like as soon as someone adds her, the message, whatever, I see everything. I can put time limits on it, whatever. So I mean, there's that option as a parent that's going to watch if you are going to let them have an account, but I don't mind them blocking it, like, because then now, if they do have a business, then the parent just makes the account and you as a parent, you run it, you as a parent. So I wish it would have happened because I think the youth need it. The youth are too busy, just caught up on social media. Even when you think about the show Forever, that and you go back to the I don't know if anybody watched it, so spoiler if you haven't, but the video and content that was made and stuff getting out and being, kind of joked about, talked about, and like the relationship all over social media. They checking the likes, they checking everything is about social media to the point where they, she had to switch schools or they can't focus on life itself. And it's just, yeah. So at that age, they're already trying to deal with a lot, trying to figure out who they are, trying to figure out the anxiety of the high school and everything else that's going on. Like social media they should have definitely passed that. So they dropped the ball for sure.
Yeah. Well, my only concern would be kind of like you said, where the parents would have the ability to create accounts for them kids, and I know a lot of these parents nowadays will want to pacify their kids per se. So I'm thinking that a lot of these parents will buck the system, forego that, and create these profiles for their kids so their kids can have access back to, they're gonna get around it, just to say
Right.
that,
Out of the way.
because the kids are gonna be bothering them. Like the legislators and the lawmakers and stuff, they don't have to be front line with these kids every day, teachers and stuff and parents, and have to deal with these kids and the laws that they institute that could affect them negatively or positively or whatever, but it's going to be a change for the kids. And like I said again, with them having social media being in existence their whole lives, it's all they know. So for you to take something away that's been around them their whole life, it's gonna be a big change. But would it be a good change? Probably so. But would it be I'll take a lot of adjusting? Yes, it's going to take a ton of adjusting. So, but it's interesting. I'm pretty sure that's not the last time we'll see that. So I'm pretty sure that'll resurface again in some shape or form.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Has TikTok been sold yet, or they still tripping off of that?
No, I haven't heard any follow ups, and people still making money off of it. So I'm saying that's gonna continue because I'm thinking it's a cash cow. So they're gonna figure out something, some way, somehow to capitalize and make money off of it, and everybody's gonna be happy and continue to enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah, so but boys on there trying to bring back the silhouette challenge. They voting to bring back the silhouette challenge. So
Oh
for those of you
Lord.
who don't know what the silhouette challenge is, I want the crate challenge. They want the silhouette challenge. We ain't the same.
Well, we got the crackhead.
You want the what challenge?
I want the crate challenge to come back. I want the crates. I want the crates.
That was dope.
Yeah.
It gave us a lot of social media attention and stuff to watch. But I'm telling you, the new trend, Ken, is the Power Slap Championship series. Two crackheads over a trash can slapping each other.
Well, we seen that. For 40 years now. So that ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
You grew up in the hood. You just seen some crackhead slap box. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, they used to have the bum fights, the videos.
Oh yeah, no, don't get it twisted. The bum fights were freaking amazing. Now you have to be an OG to remember bum fight. Bum fights were around when VHSs were still popping. So this is late 90s, early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of those bum fights were in Cali. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. So shout out to the I think the most famous bum on there, one I remember right off the top of my head is Bling Bling. He had the gold cart.
Oh yeah.
He had the gold cart. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, good times.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, just go ahead and I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube.
Yeah, Bum Fights is on YouTube, so you can look up Bum Fights. I'm pretty sure they have some bootleg versions that people have added. But yeah, the official Bum Fight videos are still on YouTube to this day. So go check them out.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of video, man, I want to show y'all this and see if y'all saw this footage in the past couple of days. And we talk about this for a second.
Oh, bro. I just wanted a pic with Big X the plug, bro. I can't get a pic with your boy, bro. I just wanted a pic, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, I politely told him, and he said it recorded. I politely told him no. I've told 1,000 people no because I take a picture with one person and I take a picture with everybody.
Bro, it takes 5 seconds, bro. Come on.
It doesn't matter, bro. I'm gambling and you trying to get me to take a picture, bro.
Bro, but I'm never gonna see you again in my life.
All right. So with that scenario, I know a lot of celebrities run into those issues like that, man. But Big X plug, shout out to him, Dallas on. But this man was out at casino gambling, and a fan comes up to him, wants to take a picture, and he politely declined because number one, he's in the middle of gambling. You know what I'm saying? Number one. Number two, as he stated in the clip, if I take a picture with you, then everybody's gonna want, you know what I'm saying, other people are gonna want pictures, and I don't want to start that. So no. And people have to understand, man. I don't care if they are celebrities. I don't care if you did buy their album. People don't owe you anything, man. They provide entertainment for you. And when it's that time for them to be on stage and you to enjoy their performance, fine. But if you see them in person, man, them people don't want to be bothered with you, man. If they take a picture with you, then it's a blessing. If they tell you no, respect it and keep it moving. They're humans too, man. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be at the restaurant with their kids and their family eating, and you coming all up to the table asking for pictures and trying to record them and stuff like that while they trying to be a normal human being. Come on, man. But
Crazy.
Go ahead, man.
Is he still got a full video that he put out? Crazy part.
And people are weird, man. People are weird, and I know people do this type of stuff like that guy did for content and for clicks and likes, and want to get their name out there, want to get their platform popping. And I mean, that's a way that you could go about it. But to me, you know what I'm saying, just have quality stuff, and then people will eventually, you know what I'm saying, gravitate to it. You don't have to do stupid stuff like that, because if you see the guys that were with Big X, they didn't look too happy. And one guy tried to snatch the phone, and you got to remember that some of these rappers talk about hood stuff and they're not from the hood, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, and being from Dallas, Big X is from the hood.
Right.
Like and the people that's with him is from the hood. So and yeah. So, you know, I wouldn't test, you know what I'm saying, these guys, you know what I'm saying, take it too lightly, especially when you see them out in public and you one deep. It's not smart. It's not smart at all.
Stupid.
Facts.
Yeah, so just want to talk about that for a second. Yeah, y'all leave these celebrities alone, man. Let them live their life. If they take a picture with you, fine. If not, tell them you enjoy their music and keep it moving.
Right.
So, and you know, Benji sent me this, and I thought this was pretty dope, man, for Denzel to mention this and talk about this for a second. Michael B. Jordan said Denzel Washington told him to stay offline to avoid overexposing himself to audiences. Why would they pay to see you on the weekend if they could see you all week for free?
I like that. See, Denzel.
Man, that's tough. That's tough, but that's 100% facts, right? Sometimes we do overexpose ourselves. Sometimes people do see us too often, and that, you know, that creates a thing of when people see you on social media all the time, they feel like they know you. So then when they do see you in person, they act differently than if they, you know, were to see you after a while or be excited to see you. Some people think they really your friend in their head. So I mean, it's a dangerous thing, overexposing yourself to people, man. So I completely understand what Denzel is instructing young Michael B to you know, to do. So.
And some people would say, nah, you should let us see all the time. Nah, fam, like that's probably one of the best pieces of advice you can carry with you. Not putting yourself out there, but I'm sure most of Michael B stuff is monetized or whatever, or it should be. So I'm sure there's some lining there that can be crossed and not be crossed. But when you dropping movies like he's doing, yeah, you don't need to be in everybody's face, bro. Like
Right.
you need for people to be like, oh, when is he dropping something next? That just adds fuel to the fire, especially when you're dropping. Your last movie is Sinners and it's grossing like that. Yeah. So yeah, I get it. I totally understand.
Yeah,
I agree.
for sure, for sure. So I got one slide, man, and we're gonna slide up out of here, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta close out with something good, you know what I'm saying? So um I asked a question today on social media, as I always do, and that's why we give y'all our social media handles and where to find us. So y'all can see some of the stuff that we post and some of the stuff we talk about on a daily basis. So when we talk about it on the show, you already have a little context, you know what I'm saying, to the things that we talk about because it's very entertaining on social media. So it's gonna be super entertaining when you see it on the Fiyah Session. So talk to us. Let us know things people say after somebody passes away. So let me provide a little context to you all.
Yeah.
Um, I got on a little rant today because I've been around some people that have had some deaths in their family as of recently, and on the post when people are talking to these individuals that have lost loved ones, they're asking what happened. They're asking all these questions, and I'm like, bro, why are y'all asking these folks this stuff at this time and they're grieving? Like if they want to tell you, they'll tell you. If they don't, just say you're praying for them, give your condolences and your support and your love, and keep it pushing. Like,
Right.
don't like ask all these questions. And so I put it on my Facebook page. And so I'm gonna let Trish Michelle and Benji talk, but I'm gonna share with you all at the end some of the responses of people. Some of them are cliche and some of the stuff that you've always heard. But some of these people really feel like that if you come on social media and you announce that somebody passed away, that you owe them an explanation
Yeah.
of what happened to them. You
Right.
need to tell them how they passed away, give details, because if you made the announcement, you need to give details. So, Trisha Michelle, how you feel about that? Like, and you can talk to us about some of the things that you hear people say after somebody passes away.
Um. Well, my little brother passed recently, like a few months ago, and I did deal with people messaging. Like I would get an inbox, or even on the post. Like when we finally decided we were gonna like let the world know, like it was like, of course, the main question was the what happened, and it's like clearly I would have started the post with that, like and for whatever reasons that could be good or bad or whatever. I won't say good because death ain't good, but I mean, something that you couldn't have controlled, health, whatever, or they was on some bullshit, whatever the case may be. Like that's not what I'm here to tell. I'm not telling that story. Like I'm just, first of all, don't even have to be letting the world know. I don't have to, but as a courtesy to the people that knew him or know of him or whatever, we let them know, because it was easier than reaching out, figuring out who, because they have their own friends, their own lives, their own whatever. So it was easier to bring in the people that knew him, that I didn't know might have known him or whatever. So but then what happened? Yeah, I'm not gonna go through the stories of like what happened. I'm trying to figure out what we're doing right now. Like
Yeah.
not living through what happened. And so I think that's the worst question to ask. Ever. People should just let it happen, because guaranteed, if that's who you are, you're gonna know what happened. They'll tell you. You'll get
Right.
there. If that's what, and then they don't never have to say what happened. Like you just let it go. Let that be. Let that question go. But let's see. As far as what people have said outside, that's the main one. I'm trying to think if anything else like pops up. Like I hate the people that act like they just had the closest relationship in the world with them, and they didn't.
That's on the list. That's
Right.
Like
definitely on the list.
that one is like man, like we were so tight, and you're like,
Man,
who
I
even
just
are
seen him.
you? Like,
I
who are
just I,
you?
I just seen him the other day. Man, that was 9 months ago.
Look, I just talked to him.
Right.
2 years ago in a grocery store in
And then
passing.
you look at that and it's like long time ago. Like me and him was just talking about like, okay. Like just
Let me
shut
tell you what's
up.
funny. You can tell when somebody passes away and people start hitting their phones to try to find a picture with them two together so they could post and be like, this was my boy, this was my homie, this was my girl, this was my homie. You know what I'm saying? And y'all ain't, man, that picture 25 years old.
Right.
Like y'all ain't been around each other since high school. Like, come on,
Oh my
stop
God.
it.
Now that you said that, I thought about somebody that did pass away in the community. And I'm like, the posts that were made, there's this one individual that I've never seen you ever mention, talk about, post, nothing. And all of a sudden it's all these pictures, all these videos that you're trying to search. You can tell deep in the bag. Like deep in the bag. Like it was one of the videos, like he wasn't even like acknowledging you. You just had, it was like that big extra plug, like you were trying to get him in the background type. Like it was kind of cringy. Like it's like, what are you doing? Like, and I'm not trying to discredit anybody's like how they feeling or what they going through or how much they knew a person. It just be looking a little fishy and be coming off a little awkward in the very high emotional touchy moment for people. So it's just kind of like you gotta tread lightly, move carefully, and stop doing extras because it's not your moment to like get views and let people know how much you knew the person, and you create this whole thing and add it's so hard to say goodbye to the video, and like let's stop it. Let's chill, especially if you not even like that. Like you not the mama, the sister, the brother, uncle, like sit still for a second. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I agree. Benji, what you got?
people just trying to feel important to a degree, feel attached. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mine is, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, because the first thing is pour out some liquor for the homies. You know what I'm saying?
That's on the list.
Pour out. You know what I'm saying? We got to pour up. You know what I'm saying? Pour out a little. Pour out a little liquor. My thought is always this: like, are they supposed to tell you exactly what happened? How they low? Like, how would that go? Yeah, man, like he got that little age, you know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying, with too many women, and you know what I'm saying, we found out like 6 months ago he had, you know what I'm saying, and then boom, yeah, he died from going up in it. Like that folks is really supposed to give you in, like, who are you to have such like private information that should be released to you? Like, who are you? That's reserved for the family and stuff like that. And I always think like that because I mean, but family members have death insurance and all that type of stuff. So yeah, they got to keep stuff private. But I always think like that. Like, you really want me to tell you his baby mama ran him over and busted his head open and he hit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's hilarious to me. So I like the truth, but some stuff I just don't want to know. It's too graphic. You get what I'm saying? It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a lot of that, and like I said, the things you all mentioned is on this list. So I'm gonna tell you my first thing. I'm telling you every time when we in the South. So the first thing that happens when they tell you somebody passed away, the number one question is who got the body? Who got the body? In
Right.
the South is what funeral home got the body. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna get talked about. Because if you send the body over here to this funeral home, oh man, they be having people looking trash over there.
Right.
Like they shouldn't have been. I'm like, dang.
Right.
I kid you not. That's the first question is who got the body. You know what I'm saying? Then usually that's followed up by what happened. You know what I'm saying? And them asking the questions. But I got a list. And I'm going to tell you all this list. This is based on the responses on my Facebook page. So if you want to see the responses, you can go to Kenneth Boston on Facebook, and this stuff is this post is public, and you can see the post. So these are some of the responses that people say that people have mentioned or said after someone passed away. Like y'all said earlier, I saw him or her last week, which is probably a lie, but it sounds good. Benji mentioned on the post who's singing at the funeral. People want to know what the entertainment is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Or who's officiating the funeral? Like what
Right.
preacher is going to be preaching the eulogy? People want to know that. I'm gonna pour out some for the dead homie. That's on the list. You know what I'm saying? They looked sick the last time I saw them.
Dang.
So
I knew they were sick. They didn't look right. When
I knew something was wrong. Like,
and I'm gonna throw this out there too. This isn't right after that, but somebody mentioned it, and we have a few friends of mine who are in the funeral industry. People got to stop getting mad at the funeral home when they don't have enough obituaries to go around because the family pays for that. The funeral home doesn't just give you some random number. So stop getting mad at the funeral directors when they run out of obituaries or programs. But yeah. But either way,
wrong with that boy. The last time I seen him, he didn't look good.
That's wild to say.
So another one is why they keeping the body so long? Because with black folks, you know what I'm saying, sometimes they died on on the 6th and they don't have their funeral to the 30th. And you're like, why? So what are we waiting so long for? But that's what people gonna ask you. People gonna automatically ask, why are you waiting so long?
Need that insurance check covered.
Well, it could be a number of things, but they're gonna ask why is that's gonna be the question floating around. Why is it taking so long? All right. So they also said who's providing the food for the repast. That's an important part of it. Like what kind of food are we gonna be dining on at the repast? These are questions, these are legit questions that people are asking, people have heard on the post. So let's see. He looked like himself. So we want to talk about when you see him in the casket, people are going to talk about the appearance of the body, right?
Yeah.
Did they look like themselves? Did they look skinny? Did they look fat? Did they look swollen? Did they look bad? Was the makeup bad? Was the hair bad? We're going to critique everything.
He looked good.
That's a fact, though. We are.
We're gonna critique everything. And this one would have me cracking up too. So people went after the person passed away and they had a funeral, then people that didn't go to the funeral, they're gonna ask you, so how was the funeral?
They're like, it was amazing. Like what? It was a funeral.
Oh man, people say, well, so how's the funeral? Like, it was sad in a mug, man. Like, what you expect me to say?
Yeah.
People be like, it was a celebration. We sent Oscar home. You know what I'm saying? We celebrated to the glory of God.
That's like calling the store to see if it's open at 8:00, and then when they pick up the phone, are y'all open?
No, you just hang up. See, that's what
you hang up. You just hang up.
You just hang up. Come on now, don't play your stuff. I would be quiet on the line, like
breathe heavy.
If they ask that question, I wouldn't respond because.
All right, so my uncle asked on the post. He said, "Where the ashes at?" Because now people be getting cremated.
They do say that, yeah.
And I added the comment to the post, and I said, "You got to be careful with them cremations and them ashes because the kids not used to that. This is something new. Kids be at the house and they have grandpa over there playing LeBron, throwing that powder up in there. And you like, where do you get that powder from?" At that metal thing over there, grandpa in there saying "we."
Wow.
In the afterlife, they throwing him up in the air like LeBron.
Grandpa getting to play with the grandkids one more time.
Facts.
One more time. Dang, that's a savage.
Oh yeah, and this is a good one. Sorry for your lost. LOST.
I can't like.
Yes.
And I don't correct them, but lost.
That irritates me too. That irritates me to the fullest. Lost. I'm like, bruh, come on. Another good one on here is what color is the family wearing? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. This drives me crazy with black people.
We love the color theme as black folks, though.
This drives me crazy with black people because people go hard for the color. Like, if you the family, we need to be wearing navy blue. And then if you come in there and you ain't got on navy blue, people looking at you upside your head like, why you ain't got on no navy blue? Look, I ain't had no navy blue from the cleaners, all right? I'm wearing what I had in the closet. Like
Grieving, man. I wasn't thinking about no color.
and don't get t-shirts made and you didn't buy one. Now they mad at you because you didn't buy the t-shirt.
Right.
With Pookie Jr. on the front. Listen, I don't want to memorialize Pookie Jr. with a t-shirt with him picture of him on the front. I don't want to remember him like that. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Respect me that I don't want the t-shirt.
Yeah. And real truth is I just didn't want to pay no $30 for that shirt.
Yep. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this one. Y'all know your boy Big Ken don't say certain words, but so I ain't gonna say what's on this post, but I'm gonna say it. I'm saying it like this: you effed up the city with this one. That's the one that people put on the post.
Because they say it about everybody.
Everybody. I'm like, man, don't nobody know that dude.
And I'll be like, who is this? So if I know him, you ain't F up the city then. Because who is
F up the city? Because who is that?
Who are you?
Facts. Like, oh my God. Yeah, respectfully. Yeah. So it's just certain stuff that especially black folk do. And I don't know about no other community, but black folk, when somebody pass away, it is an absolute circus of things occurring. And it's very entertaining and sad at the same time. So
Ken, have you ever been told you can't come to a funeral?
No, I've never had that experience, but
have you?
I have had people be told that. I've had people around me be told that that they probably shouldn't come because that person had some beef with, some other people that might show up and the situation might not, go so well. So yeah. And one other thing that death brings is random kids sometimes. These kids come out the woodworks that this person had, and I've heard this one too many times where somebody passed away, and then they finally meet their long lost sibling at the service.
Right.
I'm like, what the?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's got to be wild. Like you already going through all these emotions, and now you meet somebody who claims to be your brother or sister or something like that. That is crazy.
You know how hard that message is gonna be to receive in that moment. Like,
right,
you liar. Who are you?
Have some. That's the crazy part. I know I have some kinfolk out there that probably was on my daddy's side that I don't know. So that would be interesting, But I mean, Papa was a Rolling Stone, is what they say, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, there was a lot of mamas and papas who's Rolling Stones. There's mamas out there with kids that don't belong to the daddy. So the daddy go to the grave thinking this kid belong to him, and they don't. So it's a lot of wild stuff, man. That death brings about. But at the end of the day, like Tristan said earlier, we all got to go. We all got to go. So just prepare as best you can, with your family, with your kids, with the people around you. Love them, show them love, show them respect, and do everything you can for them now, because when it's your time to go, people gonna be talking about you. People gonna be talking about the last time they saw you, what you had on, and that you didn't look good the last time they saw you. They're gonna hit you with that. They're gonna hit you with that. Somebody gonna say it. At least one person gonna say it.
Like she seemed like something was wrong, like something wasn't okay. Like, all right, you're lying, man.
Oh man!
If that's the case, why you ain't check on me?
Right. I knew
because you look sick, and I didn't want to get close to you because you didn't look
right.
Yeah.
See, then don't get close to me at the funeral then.
Oh no, they're gonna cut up. Them be the ones that cut up. Them be the ones that I'm gonna say this. We'll close out, man. We all know probably that family, or even your family. You got that one cousin who talk crazy to Granny, who give Granny pure D hell all the time, and acted crazy. Granny whole life with them. That one cousin, and then when Granny passed away, all they at the funeral acting up, cussing and falling out and dragging on the floor and doing all this antics, and you was the main one giving Granny hell. Like, really? That's the way you gonna act now?
Officially ain't got nobody to put up with that BS you be putting out there.
That, or sometimes they realize the error in their ways, but it's too late to rectify it. Granny can't forgive you because Granny gone.
Granny gone now. You gotta live with it.
You gotta eat that.
Get a therapist.
yeah, facts. That's what it is. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up and get up out of here. We had a great episode. Episode 197, blocked. There's a lot of reasons for you to get blocked. We hope that you don't get blocked. But in the case that you do, it's okay. Because you know what? We all been there before, so it ain't a big deal. Trisha Michelle, talk to the people before we get up out of. Let them know something. Let them know where to find you on these social media streets.
Hey man, stop living for the people. If they block you, who cares? That's all I gotta say. Who cares? You know what's still gonna happen? You're still gonna go to sleep. You're still gonna wake up. You're still gonna clock in. You're still gonna make that check. You're still gonna have these bills to pay. You're still gonna have everything else going on in your life. And I'm scared of Benji's finger, but just know that somebody blocking you, your world ain't going to end. And if you stay focused in your world, if 10 toes down and minding your own business, you probably won't even know that you got blocked. So who cares? That's all I got to say. And you can find me all over social media with TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Trisha Michelle _TM at Fiyah Session. Always, like, if you ain't following us, what are you doing? That's all I got to say.
Just saying.
All right. Trisha Michelle said it. And Benji, what you got? What you got, my guy?
I mean, y'all know where to find me at, man. BRB4701. If you want some funny content, if you want some business, go to my business page. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the new braiders that we put in that joint. That's killing it already. I like that type of stuff. All right. And you know what, at the shop, you can find me, Benji Banks, on Facebook, right? So of course the Fiyah Session. Y'all keep pulling up, y'all keep supporting. We here. Like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your family, let them know we on. I saw an interesting story today that finally the first Black mayor of Tulsa, Oklahoma, is seeking, or actually has put in an executive order for reparations for the Tulsa massacres, or what did they call it? The I'm forgetting. Shoot, I'm drawing a blank now. It's horrible.
The survivors.
Yeah, the fires that took place, or the bombings.
Black Wall Street.
Yeah, the Black Wall Street thing. Officially, they have a Black mayor now, and he's actually put in an executive order for reparations to be given to those families that are still living and things of that nature. So I'm actually following that, and I actually hope that goes through, and I actually hope that happens, because I think that will be dope, man. But the crazy part is that it was so long ago. What's funny is Tom Hanks got wind of the story, and he actually now is promoting it, talking about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if a movie came out in regards to it sometime soon. That's kind of a big screen type thing, but we'll see. But overall, I hope that brother actually get those reparations for those families and those descendants that are still probably dealing with that and still probably need some help in regards to that. So that would be dope.
Facts. Yeah, that'd be very dope. And I'll be definitely interested to see that movie, because I read a lot about that. So seen some documentaries. So yeah, I'll definitely be able to be lined up to check that out for sure. Y'all can find me at Big Ken on Fire on all social media platforms, or type in Big Ken on Facebook and I'll pop right up. Y'all can catch the Fiyah Session on, on all social media platforms. Just type in FIYA8 Session and we'll pop right up. Make sure you hit us up on YouTube, like and subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you won't miss an episode or short or any material that we got pumping out. All right. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. Stop thinking that you have to fix everything for others. Right. If they ask you to, fine, proceed. Try to help them out. But most folks just need you to listen and be there for them. It's just that simple. All right. It'll make your life easier and their life easier too. So y'all already know what it is. It's the Fiyah Session. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Peace.
Deuces.
Thank you for tuning in.
Please make sure you follow us on all social media platforms